Hi, welcome to the Libra Lures channel. I invite you to watch another episode. In the spotlight is our latest model from the vertical pelagic deathfish series. So I invite you. Deathfish, length 6.7 inches, 167 meters. Packaging contains 2 pieces. So this is the only packaging in the vertical series where we have 2 pieces in a blister. The weight of the bait is 26.5 grams. As of today, the deathfish is available in 12 colors, just like the other models from the vertical series. In a moment, we'll show them to you up close, and we will present a few important riggings. We now have the first standard rigging, the vertical rigging. We'll start classically with the hook, just like in the previous episodes. For those who haven't seen it, you'll have the chance to check out this model now. So we have a little hook, 2 snap rings, and a swivel. And now let's take it. Pliers. We grab the snap ring. We attach to the swivel's K. Then we take the little hook and we attach to the hook. We turn it now. We have it first assembled. We take the second one, snap ring, and we clip it in from the other side as we observe the situation unfolding in a manner that was quite unexpected. This type of set done. Next, we take the head and we assemble our previously prepared set for loops. We take our dead fish, measure how much we need to cut it to fit our head. We feel the scissors. Longer ones will be more comfortable. We cut it. We insert head and we screw it in. And we put it on the sides. Then the prepared bait, or from one side. The question is, which side do you want? Larger cuts on the side of our dead fish, because we have smaller ones on one side and larger ones on the other. I just rigged it up so that I have the larger ones. We insert the pins from the bait into our death fish. We straighten the whole setup. And the setup looks as follows. And here we have the whole not stiffened tail part. The tail is now positioned sideways. It will work very nicely. You'll see that in the aquarium in just a moment. And here we have a standard screw-in lead head. And just like before, I've prepared a set for rigging. And we attach it using the top or bottom loop. Our setup, if we're fishing very close to the bottom, I recommend attaching it to the bottom loop. If we are fishing in the water and the fish wants to get going somewhere to position itself for an attack, then we can use top rigging Personally, I prefer upper rigging. I don't rig baits with single hooks. Single hooks rarely, because there are really a lot of bites and we can't hook them. But when it comes to small fish, we also don't focus on that. We'll swim with them and look for something bigger. And here we take another bleak. We have this set. We can cut it or not because our baits are designed so that you can freely and comfortably move and express yourself. Spin this bait and I'll screw in. Here I have already taken the reinforced one several times, but I think that's it. It doesn't bother me. And I also rig my bait short, so not stiffening the body too much. The hooks we use can be size 1s, 1-0 and 2-0. The question is, and we will spread the supports wide in this place. Mao 2-0 hook won't be a problem for that either. I use size 1 and 0 for the hook. So this size seems just fine to me. We can extend it and pull it back more, then we'll have a shorter part. The bait will be less limp. The tip of the tail will move more, meaning that one of the 3 sections of the body. And then we secure the rig in a stable and secure manner at this exact and precise location, which will automatically extend the rigging. Here we have the rigging on a standard hook without pins. We have a tungsten head and more pin for the hook attachment so it doesn't stick out from the body. We just slide it a little with the loop, and this way we have a setup where the body doesn't move around. We don't have to push it in, which means we don't cover the hooks. So there are 3 hooks on the outside, which makes it easier to read. So I think there will be more bites that are hooked and more effective. Dead fish. Here I would like to show you some details we have, like the bulging eyes. The gills are nicely spaced away from the body, the scales, the cuts on both sides, as the name suggests, dead fish. We mainly rig it from the side when fishing, vertically. That's why those cuts are important. These are also important details. Thickness, tail, thickness, gender, all tailored to make it all work. We can also use these baits for classic drop or cast fishing, the so-called lures. If we want to fish with baits that don't have too aggressive a movement, and often it's like this. When we put on the lures, the zander lead us away, then these baits become ineffective and we use swallows. I even cut off the tail completely on this bait. While fishing in the water column, I was fishing just with the body, then to make it sway slightly from side to side, and it was effective and good. So there's a wide spectrum when it comes to the use of our dead fish. Here we can rig it with a jig head, rigging it up from the side. Then we'll also achieve, the question is, what kind of work do we want to achieve? The action, the bait. Nice to rig it so that the bait is horizontally, it didn't curve here between the head and the knee. We have it rigged We can also rig our bait classically, just simply trying to rig it straight. And we have it classic armed epidermis. For vertical reinforcement, we can also use heads with a higher grammage, such as 40, 50, 75 grams. It is up to you, using the hook and possibly adding to the reinforcement. As I said, I'm not a fan of armor, so it's up to you what you do. thank you for your attention. From this place, I would also like to cordially invite you to the Fish Mania, which will take place in a moment, where you will be able to get all these baits, to touch, to see the full range of colors, and to talk above all. So we invite you. We'll have quite a large booth, a lot of new things. So I think each of you will find something for yourself. I warmly invite you. Take care.